Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock. We begin tonight with a disturbing case out of Connersville where a photographer tonight is accused of fondling and taking nude photos of children. Tonight, the suspect in that case is now facing federal charges. Alex Almanza has been reading these new documents tonight. So, Alex, what have you learned?
Scott, new federal charges have been handed down to 22-year-old Mikkel Shepard. 3 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor and 1 count of possession of child pornography, all stemming from a cyber tip alleging Shepard captured and uploaded thousands of images of nude children. New federal court documents detail the disturbing evidence that investigators gathered leading up to and after the arrest of Mikkel Shepard. According to an affidavit, investigators believe 8 victims, some as young as 9 months old, were photographed nude. They say some evidence allegedly shows Shepard touching a child's genitals, and the documents say other photos show Shepard exposing a baby's genitals while changing a diaper. Police say Shepard admitted to knowing the parents of the 8 victims, either directly or indirectly. Police say Shepard admitted to being sexually aroused by children and that he used the photos for sexual gratification, saying, quote, "I was pleasured by them, yeah." Police say Shepard admitted to babysitting children, knowing it would allow him to have sexual contact with them. Now police believe more evidence and victims may come to light.
Any contact or any photography that was taken, we do want your information. That way, as we move forward and we have potential victims and children that aren't identified, we have a list that we can go through and try to identify these kids.
Connersville Detective Clint Brown says it's a lesson on being careful who you trust.
In a community this size, you hate to think that things like this can squeeze through and find their way in, but they can, and this is an unfortunate lesson that we have to learn.
Brown says local, state, and federal police will work hand in hand in what will be a lengthy investigation. Now, although Shepard was granted a local bond, a federal hold has been placed. That means he'll remain in custody and cannot bond out. Shepard will now be transported to a federal detention facility. Scott?
Alex, thanks so much. Tonight, we are hearing from a school employee in Lawrence Township who says she was sexually assaulted by her boss, the former principal at Belzer Middle School.
If you don't let me out this room, I'm getting out this room. I'm going to go out this window.
The woman who came forward with those allegations says she is not the only victim. 27-year-old Mackenzie Glover says Victor Bush sexually assaulted her during a celebration last April at a hotel in Covington, Kentucky. She says several school personnel attended the event. Glover says people were drinking in a suite when Bush closed a door, leaving them alone, and then tried to kiss her. She says he then put her on the bed and assaulted her. Glover says she came forward this month after learning Bush allegedly assaulted another co-worker on that same night.
And I don't want another teacher. I look like a kid. I don't want a child to go through this, and I want all victims outside of Victor. I want all sexual harassment, sexual assault, any victim, all the survivors to feel safe with coming forward because we have a voice. And it's okay to use your voice.
Tonight, school leaders confirmed Bush has resigned, but would not comment further on personnel matters. Glover has a protective order against Bush tonight, issued earlier this month by a Marion County judge. Covington police confirmed to 13 News they are investigating what happened. No criminal charges have been filed. Our Rich Knight tried to contact Bush several ways today with requests for comment. He did not get a response. Tonight at 11, a person is recovering after a shooting at a bus stop here in Indianapolis. This was the scene around 5 tonight near Meridian and Fall Creek. Police tell us they found a person with a gunshot wound. That person tonight said to be stable. Officers say they detained someone in the case, but have not said how or if that person is involved. Angela, you're tracking some rain, aren't you?
Yes, Scott, you'll need the umbrella tomorrow, and don't forget the jacket either. Those places that stick with clouds and showers all day will be stuck in the upper 40s and low 50s most of the day as well. So you'll need the umbrella, you'll need the jacket. Got a few showers south and west of Indianapolis, some of the steadiest light rain falling between Greencastle and Cloverdale. And you can see the weather system that we're keeping an eye on. This will kind of rotate our way over the next 24 to 36 hours, bringing us several waves of rain. Heaviest looks to fall south. I'll have that local analysis for you in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a bit, Angela. Thanks. Tonight, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is confirming a grand jury is investigating allegations of ghost employment in Lieutenant Governor's office. Court records reveal the grand jury heard testimony on August 18th and September 30th. It's related to ghost employment. That's a rule prohibiting employees from doing work outside their official duties during work hours. And it's also connected to an investigation into the, quote, distribution of an intimate image. Our partners over at the Capitol Chronicle report tonight that prosecutors were looking into alleged fake topless video of a Republican lawmaker's wife. Reports at the time indicated two members of Beckwith's staff viewed the video in the office last April. Beckwith denied the claims at the time and denied them again today.
That story is so false that there's no proof, there's no evidence. We've never seen anything like that. Never happened in my office. But if there is, I mean, there can be grand jury investigations for all kinds of things. We don't know. We haven't been privy to that information. Nobody's called us from any office to say, hey, this is going on. So again, we keep our head down and we keep plowing through it.
Beckwith says his office has done everything right by the law. Tonight, the City County Council addressed making it safer to work for the city. All of this comes after an investigation into the Hogshead administration's response to harassment claims against a former top aide to the mayor. Our Logan Gay was inside that meeting tonight and shares what's next.
3 HR experts gave their feedback on the steps the city has taken and could take to protect employees from sexual harassment.
This is an important and sensitive topic, and we appreciate your engagement as we work toward a safer, more accountable workplace for all city county employees.
Tuesday, the Rules and Public Policy Committee gathered for one reason: to learn from experts about any appropriate actions they should consider.
We don't want to come back and be doing this every couple of years. We want to fix it as best we can so what happened in the past doesn't repeat itself.
Councilor Dan Boots refers to the scrutiny of how Mayor Joe Hogsett's administration handled sexual harassment complaints against his former aide, Thomas Cook. Now, city leaders are weighing changes, including the temporary appointment of an inspector general to investigate serious allegations involving elected or appointed officials, and the creation of an independent human resources board. But after the meeting, both Councilman Michael Paul Hart and Dan Boots agreed this is not going to be a quick fix.
I think what really showed tonight is that there's a trust barrier that is just completely shattered, that we have a hard time really finding policies and answers to at the moment.
We're going to have to do a lot of homework and get a lot of professionals involved from a legal perspective, a financial perspective, before we come up with a policy that we think is effective and legal and withstand a constitutional attack.
A former city employee who says she reported inappropriate behavior directed toward her says she appreciates the committee focusing on this, but she believes an independent third-party solution would be best.
The same leaders who remain in place today brushed off those concerns. When I pushed back on that, it became clear that their focus was on controlling the situation rather than fixing the harm that had been done.
So they plan to take what they learned tonight and discuss it at the next meeting of the HR working group. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Tonight at 11, we're working to pin down where Indiana lawmakers stand on redistricting. The clock is ticking for them to make a decision on whether to support a new congressional map. Governor Mike Braun announced yesterday that he's calling a special session to tackle this issue. It is set to start on Monday, but legislators will be deciding when they will meet. So far, no word from the House or Senate on a timeline. Last we heard, a spokesperson for Senate Republicans indicated they don't have the votes yet to pass a new map. We are hearing from one member of the GOP who for now is a no. State Senator Spencer Deary posted a video on his official Facebook page explaining his opposition, saying this is a dangerous path.
It just gives so much power to the map makers. If this becomes the culture that every 2 years, anytime you fear the results of an election, that to me just goes against the values of our country, values of the Constitution that I swore to uphold.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith says he is hearing lots of support from Hoosiers. He expects in the end, senators will also support redistricting. Democrats have called this push a power grab. It all started with a push from the Trump administration for red states to help gain GOP House seats in the 2026 midterms.